everyone, it's Kerry Engel here today with Creative Scrapbooker magazine and another technique taster. Today I'm going to show you how I created a collection of powerful and bright embellishments that I can use on scrapbooking pages, on tags, in my art journal, using my Brother ScanNCut that does an amazing job of cutting acetate. And once I cut my acetate, I use some alcohol inks on top to create these really bold and fun art elements that you can add to just about any of your projects. So sit back and enjoy, and I'm sure you're going to be rushing out to make yourself a whole garden full of these floral embellishments. Brother ScanNCut, you're able to access several different templates that you can use. You can also edit them on the workspace itself or right there on the machine. For today's project, I'm using one that's called Botanical. It's a botanical template for making this frame, I guess, this picture frame using all these different layers of leaves. But I'm going to change it up a bit, and I'm going to take these templates and print them, cut them out of acetate. So all I'm going to do is I want to work on them on my computer here. So I'm going to download them, and it will allow me to manipulate right here on my canvas before I send it over to the machine to cut it out. So I've got my shape here, and I want them to be slightly smaller. So you can just, you see how I just highlight it, make them smaller. I can also Control-C, Control-V, copy and paste. So good old copy and paste works on this as well. If you want to switch up the style or the direction of that, you can just flip it quite easily, right? And I can make it bigger so I can get a whole field of flowers here if I want. I'm going to create a few, then I will send them over to print. So I'm going to copy and paste a few in here. So I'll send these over to print, and to do that, to download it. And I'm going to send it over to my machine, and then I will bring it up and print it. I'm back here at my ScanNCut now, and I'm going to retrieve the pattern that I had put in. So it's coming this way. It shows up right away. So what I want to do is I want to cut out all of those. I've put acetate down on my cutting sheet, and I'm going to say, okay, I want to cut it. It's hard to see, but it's cutting my acetate here, and it's going to cut out those shapes very quickly for me. And we'll move on to the next step. I want to create flowers on white cardstock that will just extend slightly around the edge of my acetate ones. So I'm going to select all of these, edit. This is the offset. This is how you create an offset. 0.2 of an inch is a little too big for me. I'm going to go 0.12. And I want to delete the inside. I don't want it to double cut for me. If you don't delete the inside, it'll cut the original line as well. And I'm going to say okay. And here we have it. We end up with our file. Going to save that for later in case I need it. And then I'm going to download it, and I'm going to send it over to the ScanNCut, and then we will cut it out. I'm back here at my Brother ScanNCut, and now I'm going to retrieve those flowers that I just created. There they are. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to select cut, and we're going to cut them out of white cardstock. So I just wanted to show you how beautifully this cut the acetate. It's really difficult to see with the acetate, but yeah, I hope you get the idea here. It comes off really nicely. And the Brother ScanNCut, this is what the blade looks like that goes in there. I just wanted to show you. It comes with this little spatula as well, so we can carefully lift off, and you will have these beautiful acetate leaves that we are now going to color. So I want to explain my desktop right now. So what I have is just a piece of acetate down, because I'm going to be using alcohol inks, and I want this to show up really well. So I have a piece of white cardstock and then the acetate. Got my alcohol inks over here and my little basket that I filled with all of my acetate flowers that I cut out with the Brother ScanNCut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as sort of a platform for smooshing the alcohol inks on. And I'm going to start, I think we'll start with these Monstera leaves. I've got a few here. And then we're going to paint them. We're going to add the alcohol ink. We can add it directly to the leaf, or we can paint it on with a paintbrush. And this is a very random, very free, organic sort of activity. No painting skill is required. So all we're going to do is take a little bit of the alcohol ink, and you can just paint it on in here. You can see my Monstera. We're just sort of dabbing it on randomly, and I'm going to mix up the colors. It's not going to matter where the color goes. And if you want, you can pick one up and smoosh it down on top there just to add some color to some other ones. Don't want to waste any ink, right? So we're just gonna steal some. I'm gonna go on this background paper, see if I can get any to add to the other ones. I'm going to add different colors in all around my leaf. So I'm adding in a couple different shades of green, and then what I might do is take a bit of yellow and add it in here as well. I always like adding some yellow to all of my leaves. So like I said, not a lot of skill required. Beautiful. And let's paint a few more things. So here you have it, my beautiful arrangement, my tropical garden of acetate flowers used. I cut them out with my ScanNCut. Now the ScanNCut, this is just simple acetate. You could, it works beautifully on even, you know, the plastic that you get in your packaging. It'll cut out anything really. So, and I can't get over just how sharp and crisp and beautifully, what a beautiful job it's done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take my little basket with the white backdrops, and this is probably the hardest part. It's going to be to find the flower that fits on top. Okay, so here we are with my collection of my unique to me floral embellishments that I created using that cut file from Brother and the Brother ScanNCut. It cut the acetate so beautifully, and the alcohol inks are so bright and beautiful and just powerful. And you use these like any other element. I added a few to a tag. So this is just a simple polka dotted paper tag. I've also put it on a scrapbooking page. So, you know, like any other element, just add it to the layout, and it's just perfect for those bright, summery, tropical, non-tropical plant pages, whatever you want. They are just a lot of fun. The other thing that you can do if you're like me, I'm an art journaler, and so I like to add a lot of different elements. Take these elements, or I've heard them called collage fodder, and I just kind of can add them to my art journaling pages, and these little monsters, they work pretty perfectly just for that, and make a great addition to my page. So if you enjoyed learning how to make these, go give it a try. It's really simple. If you do, make sure you tag us. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and check back regularly for more videos from Creative Scrapbooker magazine. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.